What's up, guys? Blade Master here with a very special guest for Game 3 of Round 4 in the Big Blade Balance Tournament between Willian and Wolf of Ichkeria. Guess who I'm with? Why don't you give them a hint?
Hello.
That just sounds like diplomat. You're gonna have to try harder.
Um,
If you think of his clan, you will be in pain.
yeah.
Well, maybe pain is not a great word. Maybe agony? Prussian Prince? No, it's Achilles. Hi,
Oh,
Achilles.
now everyone's disappointed. Hello.
I'm just salty that Achilles keeps beating me in Blade Balance. The mod I fucking made, and he's whipping my ass in that. What kind of justice is that? Such absolute horseshit. Anyways, by the way, Achilles has a great channel where he uploads a lot of Charlemagne and some Blade Balance as well. I'm sure he's going to be casting a lot of our battles that we fought that I'm not going to cast because it's super shameful display for me. But yeah, if you want to see me get my ass whooped, go check out Achilles' channel and subscribe. But yeah, coming back to the battle, this is going to be Athens versus Galatia. Wolf of Ichkeria has taken Athens and Willian has taken Galatia. I'm going to go over Galatia's build first, and then why don't you go over Athens after? Put it in slow motion, by the way. Where are you? What's your timer now?
Oh shit, I didn't unpause. Alright, I'm there.
3. Okay, and now put it in slow motion in 3, 2, 1. Okay, after some minor technical difficulties, which will of course return as we continue on this video, let's take a look at Galatia's army. We've got 3 mercenary Syrian archers, we've got a levy freeman up front, so already super heavy on the skirmish for in a Galatian sort of way. We've got a total of 4 Galatian raiders as well, I believe, or maybe it's just 2. It looks at least 3. Is that a horse skirmisher by any chance? No. Yeah, total of 4 Galatian raiders, 2 on the left flank, 1 in the center, 1 on the right. And we've got a total of 4 Galatian legionaries, the max that could be brought. We have 1 Galatian sword, which is screening off a Galatian spear and a mercenary Cappadocian cav. And we have a Galatian nobleman general. And it looks to be slightly different on the right flank. There's Galatian spear, which is screening off a naked swords and a Cappadocian cap. The naked swords could be very influential. They have frenzy, of course, with a 32 base charge bonus. They could do a lot of damage to a very important flanking unit in for Athens. Let's take a look at what Athens has got. Why don't you go over?
So Athens has on both sides 2 Thorax hoplites. In the center we have archers that are currently duking it out against the mercenary Syrian archers, so 4 of them, backed up by the same amount of pikemen, so 4. Behind it we have 3 mercenary Thracian warriors. We have a Thorax swordsman behind it as well. For the cavalry contingent, as general, we have an Epius lancer, we have 2 citizen cavalry, or citizen cavalry, and another Epius lancer.
Okay, so very heavy on the cavalry front, trying to go for the usual Wolf of Ichkeria pike rush, which has served him pretty decently so far. We can put it back to regular speed in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we see the levy freeman moving up front and trying to feint some shots from the archers. Didn't even get its javelin volley off. The Galatian raiders on the far side are threatening Wolf of Ichkeria's flank, killing off, or at least inflicting a lot of health damage on the citizen cav, forcing them to rush after them. And the Galatian raiders are just going to enjoy picking apart that citizen cav. What do you think of this Athenian build from Wolf of Ichkeria, Achilles?
I think it is... You know that I brought an Athenian build against you. I think it's... For bringing pikes, I think it's too much. There are too much Hippias Lancer. Well, there's only 1 Hippias Lancer. But I would bring...
Well, two Hippias Lancers, right? There's the general.
I would bring less cavalry. And if you're going to, like for an infantry rush, I would just put another Thorax swords in there or something. Because you clearly see that Athens wants to rush forward. They want to take the engagement.
Yeah, and
but pikes and
Willian is
rushing
moving back very easily.
Pike and rushing is somewhat a contradictory for me. I mean, it can be pulled off, sure.
Yeah, the reason why he's brought so many melee infantry in the mercenary Thracian wars, especially, is to just charge in, get their charge bonus off on the enemy Galatian legionaries, and then try and bring in his pikemen as well. But yeah, coming back to the action, the mercenary Cappadocians rear charging the Thorax hoplites. The Galatian raiders for Willian have destroyed a citizen cab and just managed to isolate it very easily. The Cappadocian is now stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and this Galatian spear was a very mind-bogglingly weird choice from Willian. I'm not really sure why he brought, these guys. The Hippeus Lancer charge from Wolf of Ichkeria against the Naked Swords has demolished it. The Thorax Hoplites now actually going to do very well against them. Whereas the Naked Swords would have been able to do very well otherwise. It would be decent, a decent enough idea for Willian to split apart his army in two, because at the end of the day it's just 4 pikes, so he can very easily outmaneuver them. Not really sure why he's just simply pulling them back.
I think what he should do is, considering that his Syrian archers are already losing, I think in the beginning he should have just split up his army in half and each going to a flank, so that and perhaps leaving his general in the center with the skirmishers, so that the pikeline has to face something and you can push put more pressure on the flanks.
And look at this Thracian warrior just slaughtered a lot of the Galatian noblemen off the charge. Got 86 kills. I think they killed off a lot of the Syrian archers, to be quite honest, because they were winning the skirmish engagement, and now a lot of them seem to have just routed. So I think maybe the Thracian warriors got a cheeky charge on them. I'm not entirely sure. The pikemen now fighting up against Galatian legionaries frontally, so they're obviously going to win that engagement. This Cappadocian cav has somehow managed to stay in the fight, and the Thorax Hoplite is losing, basically wavering now.
We see also
Galatian raiders
going into the archers.
Yeah, they're doing well killing off the archers now, but the other one is just stuck against the Thorax Hoplite, and that is massive miss micro. They are very fragile units, and they could be very, very good against the Hippeus Lancer General. They're fighting into them now, but they were used in that combat for way too long. But the Galatian noblemen, this is just insane. The pikemen have already gotten a single XP chevron. The general is basically dead for Willian, and it's not looking good for him at all.
It's definitely not looking good for him at all, though we have the archers starting for Athens, and we have Galatian raiders free again, so they can start harassing the remaining of the Hippeus Lancer over there. Though I think right now there's not really a lot left for Galatia to basically counter the strong Hippeus Lancer general that is left for Athens, and also just the sheer amount of pikemen. I don't think there is enough ammo to deal enough damage that if Athens were to box up, there's no chance.
Yeah, I mean pikeboxing is not allowed in the tournament, but Hippeus Lancers here, they're just destroying the Galatian raiders. Couldn't allow his Galatian raiders to get caught by Hippeus Lancers. That is just the mass differential, the speed differential is so insane that I can't believe that they got caught like that. He must have turned off skirmish mode. The Galatian raiders now, he's just trying to, with the legionaries, he's trying to get some rear penalties on the pikemen, but it's not entirely working, and it's very easy for them to maneuver around, face the front of the Galatian legionaries, and the legionaries are not going to do well there.
Yeah, there is a saying that you can't outmaneuver one pike unit with one unit. It's just impossible. And we can now see that these Lancers are just cleaning up all of the archers, and then
that general is doing work. He's full strength. He's going to be able to easily destroy that mercenary Syrian archer, and it doesn't look very good for Willian. Evidently, I mean, there's only 12 seconds left in the replay, at least for me. That time difference. Anyways, costly victory for Athens, but it was fairly straightforward. The Thorax Hoplites did okay, the Thorax Swordsmen did okay. I think the mercenary Thracian warriors were used decently enough. You can't expect them to get too many kills in this sort of build, because they were just kept behind. The pikemen were used to just straight up rush the enemy infantry, tie them down with a charge, and then bring in the pikemen to come in and poke.
Actually, I'm quite surprised how this build, this Athens build worked. I would never bring something like that, but it definitely showed.
It's surprising,
you have the Thorax Hoplites actually just tanking on the flanks, and then of course the tactics with the pikes and the mercenary Thracian warriors. Yeah, working out nice.
It works a lot, because I think he used a very similar, more extreme strategy with Seleucids in round 2, where he brought a bunch of like really strong pikes, like thorax pikes, and even I think a silver shield, and then just brought like four hillmen and like a couple of Persian hoplites, and just used them right behind the pikes. Charged in, held down the enemy infantry, and then brought the pikes in. It was very like similar to like an Heracles build from with his Pontus, but yeah. It worked for him then. Works for him now. Let's see if he can continue to make it work in the later stages of this tournament. He's progressed to the semifinals now, where I'm not entirely sure whom he's going to be fighting. I think it's a VOD player. It's basically VODs and Wolf of Ichkeria left.
Go Wolf of Ichkeria.
Yeah, not part of the Wolf clan. Yeah, but yeah, that's the end of this battle. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, subscribe to Achilles' channel. He's got a great channel, and very cool commentary as well. And he's a far better player than I am. Despite the fact that I did win the one tournament that we played, I did win against him, which I will constantly remind him about. But yeah, go ahead and check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Do you have? It's called Sniping Achilles.
Yeah, it is. Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah. It's called Sniping Achilles. So yeah, you guys stay tuned for more, and peace.